They have the Bryant Stratton Bobcats coming into town playing the Catonsville Cardinals. These two teams are struggling this season. Catonsville with a record of 5-12 overall. The other side, Bryant Stratton with a 4-10 record overall. We'll take a look at stats real quick. Coming into this matchup, Bobcats are 4-10 overall, 2-9 away. Their 2-9 away from home. Their road wins come against Penn State Scranton back on November 15th and 16th. On the other side for the Cardinals, they're 5-12 overall with a 4-5 conference record on a 2-game win streak. They beat Frederick Community College last Wednesday night, February the 5th, by a score of 72-40, and Anne Arundel County Community College back on Saturday with a score of 61-52. At halftime, we'll have a special Sophomore Day ceremony where we'll honor sophomores Serafina Stubbs and Jada Malis at halftime, so be sure to stick around and watch that. We'll take a quick look at lineups for the Bobcats. In the front court, we'll have Destiny Perry, Kanaya Evans, and Zanaya Barron. In the back court, we'll have Amara McKnight, Eunice Salong, and Janae Gables. And on the other side for the Cardinals, they have the usual starting five. Malia Bell in the front court, alongside Serafina Stubbs, Jada Malis, Emily Bartlett, Jocelyn Fogel. Take it down to our PA announcer for opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, we wish you a pleasant good afternoon. coach of Bryant Stratton is Khadijah Jones. Please welcome Bryant Stratton. And Amari McKnight is number 33. Now for Catonsville, starting at guard, number 0, Aaliyah Bell. Starting at forward, number 11, Serafina Stubbs. Starting at forward, number 12, Jada Bayless. Starting at forward, number 15, Emily Bartlett. And starting at center, number 21, Jocelyn Fogel. The assistant coaches for Catonsville, Jasmine Jacobs, James Thomas, Darius Deany, and Andre Ifill. And the head coach is Centuria Renlings. Please welcome homestanding Catonsville.
You're just getting ready for tip-off here in the Manley Center between Bryant and Stratton and CCBC Catonsville. We have a lineup change for you for Bryant and Stratton. We have Amari McKnight checking in for Zanaya Barron. So McKnight will wear the number 33 in place of Barron. And as well, the other teammates will include Eunice Salong, Janaya Gables, Destiny Perry, and Kenaya Evans. Both teams looking for a win tonight. Catonsville 5-12 on the season. Bryant and Stratton 4-10 on the season. Last home game in the Manley Center this season for the Cardinals. Play the next 3 games on the road to finish up their season. As Salong and Emily Bartlett stand at midcourt, ready for tip-off. Looks like we're getting alignments on the Cardinal side. As a whistle is blown and tip-off is upon us. Bryant Stratton has the ball first. Salong won the tip-off as McKnight's got it. Over to Destiny Perry. Back to Salong with an easy 2 to start off the game. Eunice Salong starts it off for the Bobcats. She is the leading scorer, averaging 16.6 points per game. The first year, originally from Nakuru, Kenya. Hails from Syracuse, New York. And the other way, Jocelyn Fogel has it for the Cardinals. Missed that one. As Perry is there with the rebound. Perry moves the ball up court. It's guarded by Bartlett. Over to McKnight. McKnight in the paint. Rattles it home. Bobcats with an early 4-0 lead. As Bell, it's the inbound for the Cardinals. Has it, flips it over to Malis. Malis over to Fogel. Fogel over to Stubbs. Over to Malis for 3. She's off. And Salong gets the rebound. That last bucket was made by Destiny Perry. Perry, a sophomore from Baltimore, Maryland, by way of Sparrow Point High School. Stratton can't get ball in the hoop that time as Bartlett strips it away from Salong, goes coast to coast for the first points of the game for the Cardinals. As Evans has the ball for the Bobcats, flips it out to Salong, who's fouled by Stubbs. There's a travel by Salong. Eunice Salong is the USCAA, the United States Collegiate Athletics Association Player of the Year. As Malis drains that one and the game is tied. Salong had a outstanding 2023-2024 season, which gave her Player of the Year last year. She is nominated once again for Player of the Year in the USCAA up there in the Northeast. As Fogel gets the turnover, Bartlett's right there, over to Stubbs in the painted area, back to Fogel, all alone for three. Fogel, she gets it to go as she drains that one. Jocelyn Fogel. Cardinals on a 7-0 run to start their scoring efforts as Perry's got it for the Bobcats. Who flipped it out to McKnight. She's off on that one. McKnight guarded by Fogel. She's fouled. McKnight will head to the free throw line. McKnight, a 68% free throw shooter on the season. Sophomore from Upper Marlboro, Maryland, by way of National Christian. McKnight gets the first one to go. Second one is off as Fogel has the rebound. Fogel finds Bartlett, who's guarded by McKnight. She kicks it off the left foot of McKnight. Smart play. As she just tossed it over to McKnight, ball went out of bounds, so Catonsville retains possession. If she were to keep it and went out of bounds, the possession would change to the Bobcats. So it's a smart play by Emily Bartlett, as we'll have an inbound pass. Over to Bell. Goes right to the rack, who's fouled. So Malaya Bell will head to the free throw line. First year from Millsboro, Delaware. 51% free throw shooter on the season. Had a great game against Frederick Community College back on February 5th. Dropped 23 points in that outing, as the Cardinals rolled that evening to a 72-41 final. As Bell makes 1 out of 2. And the ball's back in the hands of Bryant Stratton. Perry's got it. Airmailed it over the head of Salong. Salong with her 6'2" frame just over the head of her. She couldn't come down with it, as Bell's got it. She's fouled as she goes to the rack, so Bell will head to the free throw line. Try to get 2 more for the Cardinals, as Destiny Perry has the foul for the Bobcats. It's their first. Bell, first one goes off. As the second one misses as well. So Bell 0 for 2 on that free throw attempt. As McKnight has it. Went halfway down and it came out. That ball went out of bounds. Catonsville retains possession. As Bell's got it. Over to Fogel. Sees Malis all alone. Malis fires and it goes in. Jada Malis with a nice floater to go, and Catonsville has a 9-5 advantage. Perry has it. Nice move over to Bartlett. Around Bartlett, gets it to go. Nice shot by Destiny Perry. As Fogel's got it for the Cardinals. Goes right between Salong and McKnight as she travels. Unique Santiago checks into the game for the Cardinals as Emily Bartlett will take a seat. Santiago, a 5'6" first year from the Bronx by way of Carver Vocational. As McKnight has it in the corner for the Bobcats. Flips it all alone to Perry, who's all alone in the corner for three. She sinks it.
Bryant Stratton, that's number 1,
Destiny Perry. As Santiago, first minutes for her, she flips it out to Bell. Bell in the corner to Malis. Malis for three, she's just off. So that ball goes out of bounds.
Out of bounds, possession,
Catonsville retain possession. The ball was tipped by Evans. And Coach Renwick's doesn't like what she sees. That call was made by the line judge, who was closest to Renwick's. As Malis will get the ball over to Fogel. Fogel, who's guarded by Gables, is off. As Perry with the rebound for the Bobcats. Salong goes right through two defenders and right to the rack. Eunice Salong. Salong now with 4 points on the night, as Malis has it for the Cardinals. Santiago over to Malis. Back to Fogel for three. Fogel's off. Right in the arms of Evans from the rebound. As Salong goes to the rack. She's fouled by Fogel.
Catonsville foul number 21, Jocelyn Fogel with most teams second.
That is Fogel's first.
Salong shoots 2.
Salong goes to the free throw line. Salong, 59% free throw shooter on the season. She gets the first one. And Salong will miss the second. As Stubbs has it for the Cardinals in the paint. Over Evans is off. McKnight gets the rebound. Mari McKnight over to Kanaya Evans, who has McKnight all alone, but McKnight goes on hard in the painted area. She was guarded by Fogel, went down on her left knee. Gets up a little slowly. This Fogel is the beneficiary of that foul. As Coach Renwicks will call timeout, talk things over, as Bryant Stratton has an early 12-9 lead. On the other side, they have interim head coach for the Bobcats is Kadeja Jones, third-year assistant coach. Is filling in for primary head coach Quante Evans. Evans out with an illness, and Jones taking his place. Jones was a member of the 2021-2022 Bryant Stratton women's basketball program. She took the role entering the 2023 season, and this is her second game as the interim head coach. She coached last night against CCBC Essex. They fell in the loss 98-47 on the road to Essex. Salong in the painted area for the Bobcats. Can't get that one to go. As Santiago has the ball over to Malis, who's guarded by Salong. Malis in the paint. Floats it up, doesn't go. As Salong with the rebound. As Evans has it for the Bobcats. Over to Perry, who's guarded by Bell. Over to McKnight. McKnight wheels to two defenders, lays it up and in, can't get it to go. Salong flips it out to Perry, nice feed.
Bryant
Nice ball awareness by Destiny Perry. She was all alone. She floated it up and in. And Bobcats have a 14-9 lead. Mari McKnight with the rebound. As Stubbs can't get that one to go. As Evans has it over to McKnight. McKnight flips it up with the left hook to over Bartlett. Can't get that one to go. Over to Perry. She thought about the three. Weaves between two defenders. Goes to the rack. Can't get that one to go. As Malis with the rebound. Over to Malia Bell. Goes right to the rack. That one's off. So 3 missed opportunities for the Cardinals. They got to figure out their scoring woes. As Zanaya Berrien is fouled. As Coach Jones talks things over with her team. As Barron will pick up the second foul for the Bobcats. So as we spoke about earlier, Bryant Stratton made an appearance in the 2024 USCAA National Championship game. They lost 77-59 to Salem, who went on to become the USCAA National Champions. Eunice Salong won the runner-up for MVP in that game and was the USCAA Player of the Year in 2024. As Bartlett has it over to Malis. She finds Santiago over to Bell. Over to Malis. Guarded by Salong. Jada Malis. Can't get that one to go as McKnight pulls down the rebound. As Cardinals are now 0 for 4. As Perry puts it up and in with a left hook. Destiny Perry extends the lead 16-9. Santiago's got it for the Cardinals. Over to Bell. Bell guarded by Perry. Bell loses it for a moment. Picks it up, flips it out to Stubbs. There's a foul called. I believe it was Zanaya Barron on that foul. She stepped on Stubbs as the ball was going out of bounds. That's Barron's second foul. The inbound pass will come from Bell. Over to Malis. He's off on that shot. Once again, the scoring woes continue for the Cardinals, 0 for 5 in these last 5 attempts. The ball was out of bounds, so Catonsville will get possession. As Stubbs has it over to Bell. Bell, all alone, drains it, doesn't get it to go. As Bell couldn't find anyone to pass it to, just thought she can shoot it herself, went off the outside of the rim, and Destiny Perry had the rebound for the Bobcats. As Kenai Evans has the ball, flips it out to Salong, who's guarded by Santiago. Over to Barron. Barron over to Perry. Flips it out to Salong. Salong gets it to go. Coach Renwick thought that was a foul on Zanaya Barron, a reach-in. No foul was called, excuse me. As Renwick still unpleased with the refs. It's just under 10 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Bartlett for 3 in the closing seconds of the first quarter. She rattles it home. Emily Bartlett hits it at the buzzer. This cuts the lead to 6. So we head into the second quarter with an 18-12 Bryant Stratton advantage.
First quarter score, Bryant Stratton 18, Catonsville 12.
See how both teams can add to their scoring efforts. Just 12 points scored on the Cardinals side, as the Bobcats have 18. Both teams are coming off, the Cardinals are coming off a win against the Anne Arundel Community College back on Saturday, February 8th, 61-52 decision out in Arnold. And for the Bryant Stratton Bobcats, they come to Maryland in a 2-game road trip, play both CCBC schools. They lost a tough one last night on the road to Essex, 98-49. And then they play this game tonight in Catonsville, and they head back up to Syracuse for their final game of the season against Five Towns College. So both teams are going to come out of that timeout. Bobcats looking to add to the lead. A little later, we'll honor the sophomores on the Catonsville women's basketball team. Serafina Stubbs and Jada Malis are honored at halftime. I was able to speak with both of those players earlier today, just before tip-off. They shared some stories about their time here at Catonsville. We'll have all that and more in the second half. As Salong gets the rebound, as Catonsville's scoring woes continue. Nice pass over to McKnight. Flips it out to Salong. Over to Perry, who's telling her team where to go. As Perry splits between 3 defenders. Can't get that one to go. As Perry will head to the line. And Santiago pick up that foul. Destiny Perry, the sophomore from Baltimore, Maryland, by way of Sparrows Point High School. This is a homecoming for her. She played not too far from Baltimore, just outside the city here in Catonsville. As Malis gets it stolen away by McKnight, who's all alone. McKnight goes up to the rack. She's fouled in the process and goes down hard. As Malis was guarding her, pretty much all she could do is put her left hand up. It was a hard foul. So as McKnight will go to the line. McKnight will shoot 2. Has 3 points on the night so far. That one is off. McKnight, a 5'10" sophomore from Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Averages 11 points per game, 68% free throw shooter. So that one is off. The ball goes out of bounds. Possession will remain with the Bobcats. McKnight had an 18-point performance against Monroe Community College back on November 10th. Had a 16-point performance in a losing effort last night to Essex. As McKnight was looking for Salong, but was stolen away by Stubbs. Stubbs, all alone, 1-on-3, waits for the rest of their teammates to catch up to it, as she finds Bartlett in the corner. Over to Santiago. Over to Stubbs, who traveled. Serafina Stubbs took one too many steps. As that play was orchestrated to perfection by the Cardinals, but fortunately could not find the bottom of the net, as the ball will head over to the Bobcats. As Kanaya Evans has the ball for the Bobcats. A 5'5" sophomore from Washington, D.C. by way of Potomac High School. As Stubbs has it. Goes right to the rack, lays it up and in with her left. Oh, almost. As Stubbs can't get that one to go. She is fouled on her way up. Destiny Perry got her with the left arm. That's Perry's second foul. Just 2 minutes into the second quarter. As Stubbs gets the first one to go. Can't get that one to go. As Perry's got it. Perry, guarded by Bartlett, flips it out to Amari McKnight underneath the basket. Can't get that one to go. Ball's swatted around momentarily, went out of bounds. Bryant Stratton gets possession. So the Bobcats have two players, each with 2 fouls. As Perry shoots it from the corner, it's off as Salong gets the rebound. She stole it right out of Stubbs' hands, and she puts that one in. 21-13 advantage for the Bobcats. Stubbs has the ball now for Catonsville. Goes right past Salong and says, what you can do, I can do a little bit better. As Perry has the ball for the Bobcats. Perry over to Evans. Spots up for 3. Kadera Evans. It's off.
Out of bounds, possession,
Catonsville gets possession as Stubbs will get the inbound pass. Nice play by Serafina Stubbs on that last possession, weaving around Eunice Salong. One of the best players, not just in this ballgame, but in the entire country in the USCAA. Checking into the game will be Karen Palamekwe. Palamekwe, a 5'6" guard from the Bronx by way of International Community. As Unique Santiago was fouled, she'll head to the line.
foul on 43 tonight. Evans, her first, team second.
That one's off.
Santiago shoots one more.
Trying to calm herself down at the line. That one goes. Santiago gets 1 out of 2. As Perry has it for the Bobcats. Over Santiago. Has Salong, who's guarded by Fogel. Those are the 2 tallest players in this game. Eunice Salong stands at 6'2". Jocelyn Fogel stands at 5'11". This Fogel, guarded by Salong. Fogel with the left hook, can't get that one to go. This ball goes out of bounds. This will be a very tough battle all night long between Salong and Fogel. Both wear the number 21. Both represent their teams very well. As Perry passes it to Palameke. Passed it back to Perry, who's guarded by Santiago. Over to Barron. Barron flips it up. That one's off as Stubbs gets the rebound. Stubbs over to Bell. Bell floats it and gets it to go. Nice floater by Malaya Bell. Off the backboard and in. As the lead is just down to 3, 21-18. As Perry has it for the Bobcats. Over to Evans. Over to Salong. Salong, guarded by Stubbs. Back to Barron in the corner. So now Barron sinks it for Bryant Stratton. Extends the lead 23-18. Well, stolen away. Fogel had it for a moment. Perry had her hand on it. As Catonsville gets the ball back, trying to calm things down. Santiago, guarded by Perry, over to Stubbs in the painted area. Fogel for 3. Was halfway down, can't get that one to go. As Evans Guarded by Santiago. Just flips it up. That went off the back iron and off as Malis with the rebound. Malis, coast to coast, guarded by Perry, gets it to go. Jada Malis now has 6 points on the night. As Perry's got it. Perry. Over to Evans for three. It is off. Palameke is there. Can't get the rebound as Fogel steals it away from her. Jocelyn Fogel gets it. Goes to three defenders. Right to the rack. Jocelyn Fogel. It was great awareness. Great defense by Fogel with the strip. Goes right to the rack. And gets that one to go to cut the lead to just one. Jocelyn Fogel, great ball awareness. Was able to read that turnover to perfection. And a lane violation on Zanaya Barron as the ball goes back to the Cardinals. McKnight will check back in for the Bobcats. Santiago's got it. Over to Malis. Malis flips it out to Fogel. Had Stubbs for a moment. It was stolen by Evans. Evans, she mishandles it. Flips it out to Perry. Perry took one too many steps. Goes back to the Cardinals. Salong and Perry are the two players to watch for the Bobcats as we've seen in this first half. They are dangerous, especially in the painted area. As Perry has 17.7 points per game to Eunice Salong's 16.6 points per game. As Malia Bell, she gets the basket to go, and Catonsville takes the first lead of the night, 24-23. Meanwhile, Amari McKnight went up for it. She can't get that one to go. She hobbles slowly as Bell has it. That one's off. Over and back foul by Kanaya Evans. Evans was trying to find Amari McKnight, but a foul was called as Janiyah Gables checks back to the game. As Karen Palameke will take a seat. Stubbs was able to come down with it, guarded by Gables. He was fouled in the process. So Stubbs will head to the free throw line. Gables, their first foul of the night. Gables. A 5'8" junior from Brooklyn, New York. A timeout was called. A foul was called on the coach for Bryant Stratton, so Coach Jones gets the foul for arguing with the ref. An intentional foul. So Stubbs will go all alone to the free throw line. Have a chance to add two more. Gets the first one to go. Jones still pleading her case to the ref to no avail. So they're talking things over. So Coach Jones gets a technical, and her assistant trying to have a word with the ref for an explanation. They're still trying to figure out what went wrong there. And Stubbs gets both free throws on that intentional foul. The lead is 27-23. Just 3 minutes to play here in the first half. Coach Jones with a warning from the ref. One more. She'll be gone. She's trying to keep her composure on the sidelines. As Perry will get the ball for the Bobcats. McKnight has the ball in the corner. Over to Evans. Evans guarded by Santiago. Evans over to Gables. Back to Perry. Over to McKnight. It's off. The ball went out of bounds as Salong and Fogel tie up underneath the basket. And Salong not too happy with the push from Fogel. She argued to the referee, but he says we'll play on. As Catonsville has possession. Santiago off the backboard, can't get that one to go. So foul is called.
Bryant Stratton foul number 33 of Oregon.
So McKnight picks up the foul. That's her first.
Bryant Stratton over the limit.
Stubbs goes back to the free throw line, gets that one to go. Stubbs has made 5 consecutive free throws. Gets that one to go, make it 6 for Stubbs. As Evans has it for the Bobcats, over to Perry. Over to Salong, it's the floater, that one's off. Gable in the tie-up with Malis under the basket. Bryant Stratton will remain with possession. Things are starting to unravel for the Bobcats. As Catonsville has a 7-0 lead, but just as I say that, Kanaya Evans quiets the crowd with a three-pointer. Cuts the lead to 3. 29-26. Zmalis weaves past Gables. Over to Santiago, who has Stubbs out to her left. Then Stubbs traveled. As Evans has it for the Bobcats, over to Perry. Over to Gables in the corner. She's off. Bayless all alone under the basket. Can't get that one to go.
Bryant Stratton foul number 1, Destiny Perry.
As Destiny Perry picks up her third foul.
Over the limit. For Bryant Stratton.
Karen Palameke checks back into the game. Bryant Stratton is over the limit in this first half. What that means is any foul that occurs, doesn't matter if it's an out-of-bounds foul or what have you, Catonsville will shoot free throws for the remaining of the first half. That is because Coach Jones picked up that technical. As Salong tried to get the rebound, but it went off her foot. Mistake. I mean, you need Salong. That one's going to prove costly. As Catonsville will get possession and add on to their 29-26 lead. Malia Bell with the no-look to Malis. Over to Fogel, guarded by Salong. Fogel traveled. Fogel tried to spin in the painted area. It was a little too much. As she turned the ball over to the Bobcats. As Salong has it, that one's off. Salong gets her own rebound. Salong, guarded by Bell, just pushing Bell back. Salong with the left hook, can't get that one to go.
1 minute remaining first
1
half.
minute to go here in the first half as Bartlett all alone flips it to go. Great pass by Malia Bell as she had Bartlett out wide to her left. As McKnight has it for the Bobcats. Over to Evans, all alone for three once more. That one's off. Malis can't get that one to go. Cleans up their own rebound though. Emily Bartlett, right place, right time. She puts that one to go. Bartlett now has 7 points on the night. 20 seconds to go here in the first half. Catonsville. Now a 12-3 advantage on the time of the possession. So the score is a 33-26 lead. As the 2 seconds to go here, a foul was called.
Foul number 12, Jada Malis, her third.
As Malis will pick up the foul, her third.
Vivian Smith for Catonsville.
Vivian Smith will check into the game for the Cardinals. Smith, a 5'7" first year from Catonsville, Maryland. As the horn sounds the first half, Catonsville has a 33-26 lead. Be sure to keep it right here for our halftime ceremony. We're honored to two sophomores, Serafina Stubbs and Jada Malis.
Here at halftime.
They'll be coming to you next, just after a short break from Catonsville. Keep it right here on Catonsville YouTube channel. I'm Cam Crossett with you. Welcome back. We'll just check on stats real quick before the halftime ceremony. For the Bobcats, the leading scorer is Eunice Salong with 9 points. And for Catonsville, leading scorer is Serafina Stubbs with 8. As head coach Centera Renwicks will lead the halftime ceremony to honor our two sophomores. Welcome back into the broadcast booth. I'm Cam Crossick. We're getting ready for the second half of the game between Bryant Stratton and CCBC Catonsville. Score is 33-26 Catonsville. As we head into the second half, Perry and Salong lead the team with 9 points. On the other side, Emily Bartlett leads with 9 points. As Coach Jones picked up her tactical in the first half. So we're back to play. As Malia Bell has it. Over to Stubbs, who's guarded by McKnight. Over to Bartlett for three. She sinks it. What a way to start the second half. Emily Bartlett with the three-pointer. On the other side, McKnight just threw the ball. She attempted to put it past Fogel, but she couldn't get it to go. As the ball went out of play, as Stubbs goes to grab it. We're back to play as McKnight has the inbound pass over to Evans. Over to Perry for three. Destiny Perry in and out. As Malia Bell gets it over to Fogel. Fogel, he's off. As the ball went out of bounds, as Destiny Perry tried to steal it. She couldn't get a hand on it before the ball went out of bounds. As Bartlett sets up, can't get that one to go. As Stubbs over to Bartlett. Over to Bell, back to Bartlett. Cross pass to Fogel. Fogel gives a hard push to McKnight. As Stubbs has it in the paint. She traveled. Serafina Stubbs picks up her third traveling call in the game. As Coach Jones, I'm sure, was addressing to her team to stop the scoring of Serafina Stubbs. As Stubbs, she only has 8, but when she gets into the painted area, she could be a real problem. And she has been a problem so far tonight to the Bryant Stratton Bobcats. As Bell flips it up off the backboard, can't get it to go as Stubbs cleans up the loose change, puts it home. Speaking of Serafina Stubbs, she was honored at halftime as a sophomore here at Catonsville. Stubbs, a 5'9" sophomore from Baltimore, Maryland, by way of Owings Mills. Stubbs was one of 2 sophomores honored at halftime. The other was Jada Malis, who's also from Baltimore, Maryland. And I was able to speak with both of them just before tip-off this afternoon. And I asked them what their favorite memory was of these past 2 years on the team, and both of them said the long trips and long bus rides to their respective opponents. And I asked them, I said to them both, I said, in a team setting, I said, what do you think was the most rewarding this season for this team to have? And they said, Malis, is the one that shot the game-winning three-pointer against Montgomery College back on January 15th. So she said that was by far the most memorable moment of her career. As Salong gets the rebound over to Evans. Over to Perry. Perry in the paint. Goes up, swatted away by Fogel. As Bryant Stratton gets possession. As Salong from the inbound pass gets the floater to go. And Eunice Salong gets the scoring going for the Bobcats in this second half. Salong now with 11 points on the night. As Bell has it for the Cardinals, it's off. Over to Evans. Evans splits 3 defenders, puts it up with the left hook. Can't get it to go. As Bartlett has it over to Stubbs, loses it. McKnight, falls on it. As Evans all alone against Bell. Kader Evans misses that one. Salong with the rebound. That one goes. As Eunice Salong will head to the free throw line. She can't get that one to go.
Gainesville foul number 12, Jada Bayless, her 4th. Team 2nd. Second timeout, Catonsville.
As Coach Renwick will talk things over. If that foul was called by Jada Malis as she was guarding Eunice Salong as she went up for that layup and couldn't get it to go. As Catonsville has a 38-30 lead. As Salong will head back to the free throw line with 13 points in their first half. That one's off. Second one. Will go. Eunice Salong gets the second one to go. As the Bobcats have had 24 total rebounds in this game to Catonsville's 22. Large part of that is because of Serafina Stubbs' rebounding efforts. Stubbs, a great rebounder, averaging 8 rebounds per game. He's a big contributor to the team's success.
Bryant Stratton foul number 1, Destiny Perry.
As Perry picks up her 4th foul.
Team's first.
As Santiago with the jump shot can't get that one to go. As Karen Palamekwe for 3. It was off. The rebound. The tie up underneath the basket. Stubbs picks it up for Catonsville. Serafina Stubbs splits 2 defenders to the rack. Nice play by Stubbs. She extends the lead. Scores of 40-31. As Destiny Perry has it for the Bobcats. She floats that one.
Bryant Stratton basket number 1, Destiny Perry.
As both teams trade baskets. As Santiago has the ball for the Cardinals, over to Stubbs to Fogel in the corner. Jocelyn Fogel is off. As that's Zanaya Barron steals it away from Emily Bartlett as a jump ball is called. His possession will remain with Catonsville as Janaya Gables will check back into the game.
Janaya Gables for Bryant Stratton.
As Bartlett will get it from the corner. Fogel picks up the rebound. Fogel guarded by 2 defenders. The foul is called, and Zanaya Barron. Barron's 3rd. As Bell has the inbound pass. Over to Santiago. Over to Stubbs. Stubbs can't get that one to go. She had a lane to the basket, couldn't get that one to go. As on the other end, Destiny Perry mishandles the ball, and that one goes out of bounds. Zanaya Barron for 3, That one's off. Stubbs gets the rebound.
Out of bounds, possession, Catonsville.
Catonsville will get possession. Catonsville has a 40-33 advantage. As Bell has possession. Over to Santiago, who trips. The foul is called by Eunice Salong. Salong stuck her left leg out and tripped Santiago.
Foul number 21, Eunice Salong, her third.
Is Salong's third foul. As Fogel can't get that one to go. Missed opportunities for the Cardinals. As Perry has it over to McKnight all alone. She puts it up and in. Amari McKnight cuts the lead to 5. The Bobcats on a 5-0 run. As Fogel has it. Fogel can't get that one to go. The other end. McKnight was going to the basket. She tripped over Fogel. As Cardinals will retain possession. The referee is going to talk things over with Coach Renwicks. I believe the possession is with Catonsville. The referee is going to talk things over with the scoring table and give them an explanation on who has possession. But meanwhile, Stubbs will go to the free throw line. She gets that one to go. Both free throws are made. That is because Coach Jones picked up another foul for Bryant Stratton. So an intentional foul was called. And yet again, possession will go with Catonsville. So the referee not too happy with Coach Khadijah Jones from Bryant Stratton. She is one warning away from getting tossed. As Khadijah Evans mishandles that one. As Bryant Stratton will retain possession. Evans was guarded by Santiago, but she spots up for that three-pointer and she drains it. Khadijah Evans. Stubbs in the paint. Can't get that one to go. As Bryant Stratton will get possession, just trailing by 4. Salong can't get that one to go. Rebound by Malia Bell. Bell for 3. That one's off as Bartlett right there with the rebound as Stubbs has it. Stubbs guarded by Karen Palameke. Had a lane but flipped it out to Santiago. Over to Bell. Bell over to Fogel with 6 seconds on the shot clock. Can't get that one to go. As Bryant Stratton has the ball. Another opportunity for Destiny Perry. As Gable has got it over to Perry. Perry guarded by Bartlett. Over to Gables. Flips it out to Palameke. Back to Gables. He sinks it. Janai Gables cuts the lead to 2. And the Bobcats are on a 9-2 run coming out of the half. As Fogel has possession for the Cardinals, flips it out to Bell. It's guarded by Perry. Malia Bell over to Santiago. Santiago flipped it to Fogel. To Bartlett in the corner. One's off. Scoring woes continue. As both teams are struggling to find the basket in the second half. Belt has it over to Fogel. Fogel over to Santiago. Over to Stubbs in the corner. Weaves around Salong. Nice move. Can't get that one to go. Stubbs. Another missed opportunity for the Cardinals. And the possession will go with Bryant Stratton. Just over 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Gables over to Salong. Has Evans all alone. They're going to tie it up. So the Bobcats come out of the half on a 11-2 run. And the game is tied at 42. As Stubbs has it over to Bell, who's fouled. Bryant Stratton has played tremendous defense in the second half, causing a lot of miscues and a lot of turnovers for the Cardinals. McKnight checks back into the game. As Bell will head to the free throw line with 5 points on the night. Shot 2 free throws earlier in the game. Bell didn't get the first one to go. Can't get that one to go. As Destiny Perry has possession for the Bobcats. As Perry has it over to Evans. Nice feed to Perry, who had McKnight under the basket, and a foul was called. The Bobcats with a chance to take the lead, tied at 42.
Team's third.
And McKnight will head back to the free throw line. She's off on her first. McKnight can't get the second either. So McKnight 0 for 2 at the free throw line on that possession. The other side, Santiago with possession for the Cardinals over to Bell, who had a chance to shoot it in the corner. Flips it over, Pelameke can't get that one to go. As Gables has the rebound. Over to Evans. Evans, sloppy passing continues. As Bartlett all alone with the easy left-handed slam. As Emily Bartlett makes it a 44-42 advantage.
1 minute remaining third quarter.
1 minute to go here in the third quarter. As McKnight has the offensive charge. This went right over Stubbs. As Catonsville will retain possession. So McKnight picks up her third foul. Bobcats have to be careful. Destiny Perry has 4 fouls, and then Zanaya Barron and Amira McKnight and Eunice Salong all have 3 fouls. As Bartlett has it over to Santiago. That one can't go. As Bartlett goes down for it. Nice work by Bartlett. She gets the offensive rebound. Keeps the possession alive as Stubbs goes right to the rack. Can't get that one to go. As Evans has possession. And Perry will have it. As time ticks down here in the third quarter. The 44-42 lead for Catonsville. Perry at the buzzer. She drains it with .2 left. Destiny Perry ties this ball game up heading to the fourth quarter. We got a tightly contested contest here in Catonsville. 44-44 our score as we head into the fourth quarter of play. As a reminder, this is our last home broadcast of the season for both men's and women's basketball. The women's team will face the next 3 games on the road. They'll start next Wednesday against Chesapeake College over in Y Mills. And they'll hit the road to Hagerstown, and finally their season will end on February the 26th against Howard Community College. It's baseball season just under 2 weeks away. Exactly 2 weeks from today is our first home game of the season. On February 28th, the Cardinals baseball team will play Sussex Community College on February 28th. First pitch set for 2 p.m. So we have a good game going on here in Catonsville. The game is tied at 44. Take a look at stats before the fourth quarter begins. Eunice Salong leads the Bobcats with 14 points. Right behind her is Destiny Perry with 13. As the Bobcats have battled back, had a rough first half. We're at a 0 for 6 scoring effort as the first half ended, but they are able to rebound and gather things at halftime and come out of the second half strong. And they tied this game at 44 as we head to the fourth quarter of play. On the other side, Catonsville had a tough first half. Had a great first half and a tough second half so far. It's like a tale of 2 halves for both squads. As Jada Malis will start the fourth quarter with possession. Over to Stubbs. The hard foul underneath the basket. As McKnight appears to have hit her head on the court, but she gets up. She is all right. As Stubbs picks up the foul for Catonsville. As Perry has it. That ball went out of bounds. As Malis picked up the foul. Malis does not like the call. And she'll go take a seat.
That is her fifth.
As Malis has fouled out with 5.
Only a foul for Catonsville.
So it's Bryant Stratton in the bonus as Malis is fouled out of this game with 5 fouls, tied at 44. As McKnight has possession for the Bobcats. They'll swat it away by Santiago, but Bryant Stratton will remain with possession. As the foul was called by Karen Palameke.
Bryant Stratton, number 31. Karen Palameke, her first, team's first.
Palameke picks up her first foul of the game. As Fogel has possession. Fogel over to Stubbs. Over to Bell. Bell guarded by Perry. Santiago in the corner. Over to Bartlett. Who's double teamed. That ball went out of Bartlett's hands as Catonsville will remain with possession. Santiago was in a tough battle with Karen Palameke, but Santiago was able to retain possession. And on the other side, Santiago went up for it. She can't get it, but the foul's called, so Santiago will head to the free throw line. Palameke picks up her second foul. And Stubbs will head to the free throw line, 14 points. She gets that one to go. That one falls for Stubbs, so she gets them both. The 46-44 advantage for the Cardinals. As Evans has it for the Bobcats. Over to Barron. Back to Evans for three. Evans had a three in the first half. She can't get that one to go. As Fogel gets it to go. Nice floater, Jocelyn Fogel. 48-44 to lead. The men's baseball team will start their season tomorrow down in Daytona Beach, Florida. We'll take on Lake Sumter College. First pitch set for noon tomorrow down in Daytona Beach, as they'll play a few colleges down in Florida before they return home for the home opener on the 28th of February. McKnight has the bucket for the Bobcats. Santiago has possession. That was stolen away. It's not. Santiago hits the court, and a foul was called.
Bryant Stratton foul number 33, Amari McKnight, her fourth, team's third.
As Fogel has possession, flips it out to Santiago. Over to Stubbs. That one's off as a foul was called underneath the basket. It's a push from Karen Palameke. That foul was called. That's her third. Palameke pushed Santiago underneath the basket. It's a timeout is called by Coach Renwicks. Score is 48-46, just 7 minutes to play. As we'll take a look at the Catonsville softball schedule, which will begin on February 28th. The first home game will be March 1st. Against Southwest Virginia, beginning at 2 p.m. Both teams in this ball game evenly matched. That is showed on the score in the stat sheet tonight. It's Catonsville with a 48-46 lead. But kind of a tale of two halves, and both teams are struggling to score here in the fourth quarter. Catonsville had all the momentum going into halftime, and Bryant Stratton came out of the half, went on that 13-0 run, and really never looked back. There's a back and forth ball game in the fourth quarter here, as we're back to action out of the timeout. The ball went out of bounds. The possession will remain with the Bobcats. Evans will get possession for the Bobcats. As Destiny Perry has it for the Bobcats. Flipped it out to Eunice Salong. The ball went out of bounds. Possession will remain with Bryant Stratton. McKnight has it over to Perry. Perry has Salong in a painted area but is fouled. Stubbs picks up that foul.
Catonsville foul number 11, Serafina Stubbs, her third.
That is Stubbs' third.
Team's third.
As Salong goes to the rack, she gets it to go. The game is tied yet again, 48-all. As Bell has it for the Cardinals. Time is ticking here in the Manley Center. Tied at 48. As Stubbs has possession. Over to Bartlett, who traveled. Emily Bartlett took too many steps, and the ball will go back to the Bobcats. Miscommunication by Bartlett and Stubbs led to a turnover. As Mari McKnight puts it up for the Bobcats, that's off. A travel is called. The crowd doesn't like it. Traveling violation on Stubbs with the rebound. As McKnight has possession. Over to Salong. McKnight motioning to Salong. Cross pass to Perry. Perry flips it up, lays it in. Destiny Perry now has 15 points on the night. And the Bobcats take a 50-48 lead. Bell over to Bartlett. Stolen away by McKnight. McKnight's got Perry to her right. Perry's all alone. Destiny Perry to the rack. Lays it up and in. 52-48 lead for the Bobcats. Perry's got 17. As Bell went to the rack. And a jump ball called and a tie-up with Janai Gables. The possession will go with Bryant Stratton. It's Catonsville starting to lose momentum here in the late stages of the second half as McKnight goes to the rack as she falls down. The ball went out of bounds.
Bryant Stratton foul number 25 today, Gables.
As Gables has that foul, her second.
Team's fifth.
As Bell goes to the free throw line. Already with 5 points on the night. Looking to cut the lead to 2. She makes the first free throw. Bell's off on the second. Lead is 52-49. As Evans has possession for the Bobcats. So it's just over 5 minutes to play here in the second half. As Salong has possession over to Evans. Pass it over to McKnight. Over to Perry. Finds Evans in the corner. That one's off. As Catonsville gets another chance to tie this game, trailing by 3. Stubbs with possession. Over to Santiago. Santiago. Can't get that one. Can't find anyone. She has Stubbs. It's stolen away. McKnight. Amari McKnight. Great hand-eye coordination. Great read by McKnight as well. As she flipped it out to Evans, but it went out of bounds. And possession arrow will go with Catonsville. Coach Jones going to talk things over with her team. So they have a 52-49 lead. Catonsville trailing by 3. Talk about how they can tie this game up. Just 1-3 away from tying this ball game. take a look at scoring leaders. Perry leads it with 17 for Bryant Stratton. On the other side, Stubbs has 16 for the Cardinals. Four minutes and 51 seconds left here in the second half, our final home broadcast of the basketball season. As Catonsville has a 5-12 record at the moment, with just 3 games left, all road games in the next week and a half. Both teams come out of the timeout. Just under 5 minutes to play here. Coach Renwick's, I saw her head over to the whiteboard to try to come up with a plan the last 5 minutes, get something. Try to tie this game up with a quick 3. They just got to find a way to get to the basket. As Bell has possession. Over to Fogels. Sloppy ball handling. Going to lead to a jump ball. Catonsville will remain with possession, but ball slipped out of Fogels' hands, which led to a couple Bryant Stratton players to receive the ball on the court. But I believe that was Malia Bell right there to retain possession for the Cardinals. As Santiago looking for a lane, looking for somebody, pass the ball to. But Coach Renwick, will call a timeout for Catonsville. Spoke with Coach Renwick just before tip-off. She said that season had a lot of ups and downs, but she is proud of her team for sticking with it. It's a long season. She's proud of her team fighting back with some close games. Some games are not so close, but there is no let-up in this team. They keep going to the final whistle, and they make the most out of every possession they have, and that's what she loves about her team in this 2024-25 campaign. And she thanks all the home fans and everyone watching at home for this incredible run this season. As Santiago has possession out of the timeout. Nice feed to Fogel. Fogel gets that one to rattle home. Cuts the lead to just 1. As Evans will have possession for the Bobcats. Perry flipped it out to McKnight, who was off, but there was no foul called on the push to Santiago as McKnight gets their own rebound, flips it up and in. Amari McKnight. 54-51 advantage for Bryant Stratton. As Bell spins in the paint, can't get that one to go. She was pushed on her way down. No call is made. On the other side, Perry went up for it. Salong with the rebound. She's fouled, so Eunice Salong will go to the free throw line. And Santiago picks up the foul, her second. Salong gets that one to go. That one's off. So Stubbs over to Bell. That one's out of play. The pass a little too high for Stubbs. She says, my bad. This possession will go with the Bobcats, Destiny Perry. Perry's got it. It's off the knee of Evans. And possession will go with Catonsville. McKnight picks up her 4th foul. Checking back into the game for the Bobcats will be number 12, Zanaya Berrien. Berrien has 2 points on the night.
Bryant Stratton over the limit.
As Santiago head to the free throw line. Gets that one to go.
First shoots one more for Catonsville.
That one goes. So Santiago gets both, cuts the lead to 2. Just over 3 minutes to play here. As Janiyah Gables under the basket mishandles that one. Santiago picks up the rebound. Fogel right there. It just slipped out of Santiago's hands. She almost lost her shoe. As Bell has it over to Fogel. Guarded by 2 defenders. She sinks it. Jocelyn Fogel. The heads-up play. This game is tied at 55. As Evans has it for the Bobcats. Just under 3 minutes to play. Evans over to Salong. Salong over to Gables. She mishandles that one. It's a little too high of a pass by Eunice Salong. And possession will go with Catonsville. As the Cardinals have possession, Unique Santiago has Stubbs to her left. Over to Bell. Bell stolen away by Salong. As the Bobcats have possession. Perry to the rack. Can't get that one to go. Salong with the rebound. She's fouled under the basket by Fogel. Fogel's not happy. She's not get the call she wants. She's looking for a jump ball foul. That is not the call that was made by the refs. So Salong will go to the free throw line. Fogel will pick up her 3rd foul. Salong can't get the first one to go. Okay, she gets the second to go, so a 56-55 lead for the Bobcats. As Fogel has possession. Over to Santiago. Over to Fogel in the corner. Fogel guarded by Salong and Barron. Barron stole it away for a moment, but Fogel got it back over to Stubbs with 11 on the shot clock. Over to Bartlett. Back to Bell. All alone is Fogel under the basket. She lays it up and in. Nice feed. An amazing finish by Jocelyn Fogel. She has a 57-56 lead. As Coach Wenricks is happy about her team's added effort in the closing stages. Coach Jones is going to talk things over with her squad on the Bryant Stratton bench. As there's a great feed to Jocelyn Fogel. And she just laid it up and in all alone. There's 1 minute and 51 seconds to play here. A close game all throughout the second half. It was a 33-26 halftime lead for the Cardinals, but Bryant Stratton battled back, made it close, tied it at 44 at one point, and it's been close ever since. Catonsville with the 1-point advantage, 57-56. Eunice Salong leads with 18. And Serafina Stubbs leads with 16 points. Salong and Perry both have 4 fouls for the Bobcats. And Fogel and Stubbs each have 3 for the Cardinals. This possession goes with the Bobcats. Perry goes up for it, can't get it to go. Tie up underneath the basket, Salong has it. It's a jump ball. Salong held on to it long enough for a jump ball and possession. As the ball went out of bounds. But Bryant Stratton will get possession. Off that jump ball foul. Salong guarded by Fogel. She traveled. You need Salong. Took one too many steps and the ball goes back to the Cardinals. Santiago has possession for the Cardinals. Flips it out to Bell. Bell guarded by Perry. Over to Santiago. Over to Stubbs in the paint. Back to Bell. Thought about the 3. Just went up for it. And she lost possession. The foul was called in the process. Salong with the foul. That's Salong's 4th foul as Malia Bell will head to the line. As Salong will take a seat, Karen Palameke will check back into the game. As Bell will shoot 2 free throws. Just over a minute to play here. Got it. First one to go. Malia Bell gets ready for a second. Sends the lead 58-56. And that one is off. And their second is Perry. Has possession, trailing by 2. Destiny Perry to the rack. Ball stolen away. Fogel had it. And Bryant Stratton pick up the foul on Janiyah Gables. That'll be her 3rd. Stratton over the limit as they'll go back to the free throw line. As Eunice Salong actually had 5 fouls, so she fouled out. And Catonsville will shoot free throws the rest of the game. As a timeout is called by Coach Jones for Bryant Stratton. They'll talk things over. Just under a minute to play here in the 4th quarter. It's Catonsville trying to find a way to extend their lead. It's been a tough ball game all night long. Both teams trading possessions, especially in the second half. Ever since it was tied at 44, both teams have traded baskets. And as we head to the final stages here under a minute to play, see if Catonsville can hold on and survive the final home game of the season in front of the home fans. Here in the Manley Center as Fogel will head to the free throw line. Fogel has 12 points on the night. That one's off. Fogel misses the first one. Fogel's off on the second, so Fogel misses both, and frustration is mounting for Fogel and the Cardinals. 53 seconds left. Perry with possession for the Bobcats over to Palameke. Has Evans in the corner guarded by Bell. Evans with a 3, He's off right into the arms of Fogel with the rebound. Fogel, no look past to Bell. Bell quiets things down over to Santiago. Santiago, guarded by Evans, flips it out to Stubbs, and a foul was called on Evans. That'll be her second. Evans with the push. As Catonsville head back to the free throw line. This time, Unique Santiago. We'll look to extend the lead. That one doesn't go. 4 missed free throws for the Cardinals. Santiago takes a deep breath. And that one goes in. She banks it off the back iron. Lead by 3, 59-56, just under 30 seconds to play. Evans for 3, guarded by Santiago. He's off. Palameke is fouled. Goes up for it. She'll head to the free throw line. So Santiago will pick up her 3rd foul of the game. As Palameke will head to the free throw line, looking for her 1st points of the night. First one is off. Palameke will shoot one more. She's off on the second one. There's a foul called at the end of that free throw attempt. I believe it was called on Unique Santiago. Be her 4th. So Palameke will get another chance at the free throw line. He's off on that one. So Palameke 0 for 3 from the strike. As Coach Renwicks will call timeout. 19.9 seconds left in this game. Catonsville with a 59-56 lead. Exciting final home game for the Cardinals. It's been a tough battle all night long. Catonsville with a 3-point lead. Just under 20 seconds to play. Karen Palameke was 0 for 3 at the free throw line. She had a chance to tie the game at 59. The score will remain at 59-56. If the Cardinals are able to hold on here, they will pick up their their sixth win overall on the season. They'll improve to 6-12. See if they can hold on here tonight inside the Manley Center in the final home game of the season. Have a good one for the home fans. As Bartlett will get the inbound pass out of the timeout, and we're back to play. As Stubbs is followed by Janai Gables. That's Gables' 4th. So Stubbs will go to the free throw line. Looking to make it a 4-point game. A 5-point game if she makes them both. She makes the first one. So a 60-56 lead for the Cardinals. And the second one is off. Fogel with the tie-up. Claims she traveled. So Fogel traveled out of that free throw. The timeout is called. Coach Jones going to talk things over
Timeout, Bryant Stratton.
With her team.
30 seconds, timeout.
16.7 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter. Catonsville with a 60-56 lead. Bryant Stratton has to foul in the final seconds. And then, since Catonsville is in the bonus, they'll go to the free throw line if they are fouled. Coming out of the timeout, the possession will go with Bryant Stratton. Coming out of the timeout. The Cardinals will start their last three road games of the season on Wednesday night against Chesapeake College out in Y Mills, Maryland. As Destiny Perry has the inbound pass. Over to Palameke, over to Perry with 13 seconds left. There's an outlet pass to Evans. She couldn't corral it, and that one might cost them the game as Kadea Evans mishandled the ball. As Stubbs will get possession for the Cardinals, and the fouling continues. Shania Gables will pick up her fifth foul. She has fouled out. So back to the free throw line go the Cardinals. Serafina Stubbs will get another chance at the strike. Stubbs gets the first free throw to go. 61-55 lead. Bryant Stratton lost all momentum in this fourth quarter. As Perry, the last second heave, not going to go in though, as Catonsville will survive, but momentarily we have a foul called with 0.1 seconds left. As Bartlett picks up the foul, her first of the night. So before the home fans get to celebrate, Evans will go to the free throw line with 0.1 seconds left. Kanaya Evans will miss the first one. She's off on the second. And the horn sounds and Catonsville survives. 61-56. The final. Let's hold on a second. The ref calls back to Kanaya Evans of the lane violation by the Cardinals. With 0.1 seconds left. Can't get that one to go, and the horn sounds again. And the game is over. 61-56, the final from Catonsville. The Cardinals hold on and win their final home game of the season. We'll be right back in 2 weeks' time for baseball season, as the baseball team will start on the 28th of February to take on the Sussex Community College Skipjacks, as they'll come into town, start baseball season. But as for this game, Catonsville gets the lead 61-56. Huge win in front of their home crowd. A good game tonight inside the Manley Center. We'll take a look at stats. Perry leads it for Bryant Stratton with 17, as Emily Bartlett and Serafina Stubbs lead it for the Cardinals with 18 points respectively. Bryant Stratton did all they could down the stretch, but Coach Jones with that technical in that first half cost them, and she didn't get a lot to say in that second half because she was sitting out that second half with that technical. So the assistants had to take charge, and they weren't able to get a game plan, and then they eventually fell apart here in the second half, and they couldn't get things together, and Catonsville holds on 61-55. The final score here from Catonsville. Before we go, we would like to thank all the entire staff, all the team that makes this broadcast possible. We'll start off with the Athletic Director Leslie Ray, Athletic Operations Director Casey Gronwald, Public Address Announcer Richard Keller. And at the scoring table is Alpha Thame, Jaden Monroe, Nia Asefa, Justin Long, Brad Strauss, Emily Fagan. And on the camera operating tonight is Ty Flowers. We thank you so much for a great season here at CCBC Catonsville. Saying so long from the Manley Center, the Catonsville women's team holds on to a 61-55 elite, 61-56 final. So long with you. This is Cam Crossett signing off, and have a great evening from Catonsville, Maryland.